Well, hello, everyone. It is me again, and it is that time for us to do our live stream for Parent to Parent. And I'm so excited about this week's segment because it's a topic that so many parents, especially after I became a parent, that other moms and even dads have been doing. And now we can kind of delve into it. And with me, Dr. Danielle Andry and also Christine Deal. They are, well, one's a plastic surgeon, one's a nurse injector. I say it like that because we switched the identities in the story that we did yesterday. Thank you so much for being here and talking to us about this. I know that it's something that so many people inquire about, and it is very intimidating to some because it's far out there. Like, who would get Botox? Who would get, fillers? What is that? Mommy makeover? What is that? But we did a story yesterday kind of talking about what it is, and we got a lot of comments as well. So if you are on Facebook, if you're on our website, please leave comments and we'll try to get those questions answered. And I'm sure they have a social media page as well. They're both with the Oaks Plastic Surgery, so you can ask them on their Facebook page. Anna, thank you. She says, hey, Houston. Hey, first off, I'm going to ask you, Dr. Andry, what got you interested in doing mommy makeovers? And first off, I'm going to establish that we are all moms, parents of multiple children. Dr. Andry has a speech. She has 3. I don't know how you do it, but yeah. So what got you to do something like this? Because you specialize in it.
Right. So I did my whole plastic surgery residency and all that, and knew that I was kind of leaning towards going into aesthetics. I had, so I got pregnant whenever I was in residency, and then have since had 3 babies. And so I think that I was able to really connect with moms on a real level. Whenever it comes to doing a mommy makeover, a lot of moms have a lot of guilt, anxiety whenever it comes to how am I going to take care of my kids after this procedure? Am I being too selfish by wanting this for me? And I think that I am really able to relate to moms in that way. And so it kind of fell into my lap that a lot of moms were looking for another mom to do their mommy makeover because they felt like they would understand those type of issues. Also with, this isn't necessarily for my partner. This isn't for, the other moms around the block. This is for me. This is something I'm doing for myself. And so I think that I was really able to identify with patients like that. And then I really like helping moms go through that journey and really feeling so much more confident about themselves. The transformation, not only of their bodies, but of their mindset is really incredible.
And I think that's so great. And unfortunately, I said fortunately or unfortunately yesterday in my story, I personally think it's unfortunate that images play such a big role in our society right now just because of social media and everything. But it is about self-image and self-care. And you hit on it, Dr. Andry, very clearly that it's about self-confidence and helping the woman herself. You're not doing it for anybody else. And I know, Christine, you were saying how you basically just enhance what you already have. So it's not you're trying to do a freeze thing, change your look or anything like that. So tell me what got you into it, because I know you come from being a nurse. I think you even did at Ben Taub and I mean, serious stuff.
A lot different than Ben Taub. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been a nurse for about 10 years now. About 4 years ago, I started doing trainings in like nurse injection land because I knew it was something I wanted to do. I had kids. I have 2 kids too. So I was like, what makes me feel good? I've been getting neurotoxin or Botox since I was in my late mid-20s. So I just like the way it made me feel. Like Dr. Andry said, it was for me. It was like a boost of confidence for me. And I think it's just a great part of nursing. Like I get people to come in and they feel amazing when they leave, and even better in 2 weeks after their neurotoxin kicks in.
You have to trust the process. Trust the process. And I'd also like to note, not trying to put your husband on blast or anything, but it's not like the husbands need to A, know, or B, even like it. Because a lot of times in the process, we're like, what did you just have done? And it's like, please, in 2 weeks, we're going to be okay. So what is the biggest question that you both get from people who are inquiring about this, that have done sort of their own research and obviously come to you with all these questions? What's the most common one?
I think the recovery time, especially from surgery, is the biggest question, especially for people who are undergoing a mommy makeover, because they have not only themselves to think about, but their kids, their husbands, whatever else they're having to juggle. And so that really is the biggest question. And that varies so much depending on what surgery you're getting. And then even from patient to patient, because everybody heals differently. Everybody's pain tolerance is different. Everybody's, what they need to do in life is different. Some people are working from home, and it's a lot easier to recover than being a nurse at Ben Taub and having to transfer patients around. So that's the biggest question.
But it is very doable in terms of it being so popular, so people are sort of able to figure it out. And I was just doing some research myself on some statistics, and because of the pandemic, there's so many people that are looking into it because they are working from home and they do have that recovery time that they can like just be on a Zoom call, but mute the video or something. So what about when it comes to Botox and fillers, Christine?
I feel like when people come to me, like their first thing is, I don't want to look fake. Mm-hmm. I don't want to look plastic. I want to look like myself. So it's just reassuring them that that's my goal too. They can look at my work, see that, I also do not look like that either. So I think it just helps when you are upfront with them. But really, I think it's just trying to make sure that it's aesthetically pleasing, because you don't want to lose sight of who you are. It's just to boost your confidence.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. So I know you guys are very active on your Instagram and post pictures, which is one of the tips that I read with the American or Association for American Plastic Surgeons. I think that's what it is.
There's two big ones. It's the American Society of Plastic Surgery, and then there's also the Aesthetics Association.
Yes, Aesthetics Association is it. Mm-hmm. So they had some tips, and one of the big ones is looking at their work and looking at actual pictures of what they have done and seeing if that's something that you're confident with. So how important is it on your side to be literally showing to the world what you're able to do, like before and after pictures?
I think that's a huge aspect of it, because that's where a lot of people really get to feel comfortable with you. And then certain different plastic surgeons and injectors have very different aesthetics. So you can have some that have those little bit more natural results, some that have a little bit less natural results, some that prioritize certain things or other things. Another thing that I'll be very say with social media as you're going through that is the way that we like to do our social media is very real. We don't like to filter our results. We don't like to, have people, angled in very awkward positions. So also whenever you're doing your research and you're looking at those kind of things, make sure that your doctor isn't filtering every single picture that they're putting on. There's probably a reason why they're doing that. Yes. So same with injectors.
Yes, because when you get injected, you are red. It is okay to be red. It is okay to have some bruises. That's just the reality. Everybody is different. And so I think just making sure it's not fake either, just airbrushed out.
Yeah, that's a big thing. What are some other tips you would give? I spoke with Ashley, one of your clients, and she was saying that one of the things that she felt really comfortable with, Christine, when going to you, is that you would consult with Dr. Andrew, and you guys would kind of bounce ideas off of each other, or consult like as a group, kind of what the best thing is for whatever. We didn't delve into what she got done, but whatever she got done. So do you think collaboration and getting other opinions, that's sort of another thing you need to check off your list of things if you're trying to find someone reputable?
Yes, for sure. I always bounce things off Dr. Andrew. She is the expert. So, but we also just all talk about it, so I think that's really important. And I feel like in medicine in general, it's always evolving. So you always need to be open. You always need to train, all those things. So getting different points of views from different injectors, surgeons, I'm sure we all do it to become better.
One of the big questions that I got also was the cost. And this is very important because, people want to know about the cost as well. Yes. I know Botox and fillers can be, on average, they can be $9 to $12 a unit, depending on where you go, how much it is. That's what I've read. and the total, I mean, it depends on how many units you have and all of that.
Yeah.
So the cost can go up 500 and up. But can we talk about anything lower than that? Because I've done stories about, police raids, places that have said $6, a unit, or you get like $3-4 a unit. I mean, how important is it to stay within that price range to not get something that's like obviously cheaper, too good to be true?
Wrong.
Yeah.
If it is too good to be true,
It is
probably
too good to be true.
I mean, just as a business owner of this, there's a certain cost that the product itself, like Botox, actually costs. So if I see advertisements for things that are, lower than the cost per unit,
It's kind of scary.
probably there's an issue.
Or they're diluting it
Mhm.
way too much, and you're not going to have long results.
There's also been issues with people getting products sent over from other countries.
Yeah.
I know I get emails from people constantly trying to sell me this, that, or the other for these super, super low prices, and it's not directly through the company. And so you really have to be careful about making sure that you're going to a reputable place, because you don't want some of these un-FDA approved things being injected into your face.
And specifically with filler and Botox, what are because I know that I've also done a story about the overseas getting that. And then the other thing is the diluting, because then they can get more out of less. Obviously.
Yeah. And if we're diluting, then the longevity of your neurotoxin isn't there. I mean, you might have not any results.
Yeah.
But so it's not worth your money to go somewhere that's way cheaper, because your results probably will not last long, or like you could be filled with something really scary.
Yeah. What are the questions that people should be asking when it comes to that?
To filler,
Like, what do you like? I guess what brand do you use, or what is inside of it? What can you ask before getting that done?
So I would specifically ask what is being injected.
Yes.
You should know
What
it's either
products?
going to be Botox, Jeuveau,
Yeah.
Dysport, or Xeomin. Those are the only FDA approved neurotoxins on the market in the U.S. right now. And then whenever they're telling you your units, you should also kind of do your research and find out if that is kind of that realm of units that you should be looking at. Most areas are going to be anywhere between 15 to 25 units per area. If you are significantly less than that or significantly more than that, you need to be having a talk with your injector as to why that is.
Okay. And I have people asking me, I was just going to look it up. Your Instagram is the Oaks Plastic Surgery, right?
So that's kind of like our umbrella one.
Okay.
I have Dr. Danielle Andre, so Dr. Danielle Andre. And then
I'm injected by Christine. Christine's with
kind of morbid.
Injected by Christine. So yeah,
I'm injected by Christine. Okay, we're gonna try to put those up on the screen too, because people are asking. It's the Oaks Plastic Surgery. Putting that out there. Okay. What is the hardest part about the job? Would you say? Oh, there we go. We have the Instagram page up. Well, hello there. Okay, so what's the hardest part about the job when I guess dealing with clients and just trying to figure out what they want, what the result is?
I think setting expectations is probably the hardest thing. Whenever people come in, a lot of times they'll have a goal photo and it's, something that's completely different from their body, or, an 18-year-old, or, they're showing me pictures of, a Kardashian or Emily Ratajkowski. And I'm like, you don't understand, that person is famous for being the most beautiful person in the country. And so you wanting me to be able to deliver that kind of result, if I was able to deliver that kind of result, I would have a line out my door
Right.
all the way. So it's setting a good expectation, and we're not changing you. We're just enhancing what you have. And I think that is the biggest thing that you have to get across to people, is that you have to be doing this for the right reason. You have to love yourself. You just want a little bit of a better version of yourself.
And Dr. Andrew, when you're consulting, do you feel that that's a conversation that every plastic surgeon should sort of have ahead of time to see if they're doing it for the right reasons, because I've talked to women. I talked to a lady like a year ago, and she had a surgery in Mexico, and it was because she wanted her husband to feel like she was pretty again. And it was a job. She had to get it fixed and everything. And it's just sad situation, because obviously I know the answer to it, which is you need to love yourself and do it for yourself, which is the most important thing. But I'm sure you have to explain that as well.
Right. And that's really hard to tease out. And so, and I think even me as a plastic surgeon, I can ask that question, but I think it's hardest to tease out for the patient themselves. Is like, what is the actual underlying cause? And so a lot of patients think that they're doing it for themselves until they're, after their surgery, and then they're realizing that the void that they had was not met with surgery. There's still something there. And I think that that's the biggest thing. A lot of people, unfortunately, don't understand what the real reason was until it's too late. And so I think that that's important for both the plastic surgeon to have a discussion with, but the patient to really think about themselves, because they're the only ones that can truly understand what their underlying goals are and what their reasons are for doing something.
And with the just increasing use of social media and just feeling, just we're pulled in all different directions, not just guys. I mean, not just, I was going to say mothers, but, fathers as well, or whoever. So this is really just a way, Christine, that it's kind of like a quick fix, but it works. You have to maintain it, obviously, every few months. But I mean, your clients are very, I just haven't met anyone that's had Botox or fillers and thought, oh my God, I'm not doing this. They call it like face crack. I mean, there's so many terms for it. It's like you do it once and you can't go back.
You're hooked. I know. I had neurotoxin. I came back 3 months later.
Don't people have like monthly plans or like maintenance plans or something now?
They have care credit.
Let me show you this flyer, and this is how it's going to work. I love it.
We do have a membership plan.
We do, yes.
Oh, just like a gym. See, we have to take care of our bodies,
our faces.
You get a card with the membership?
Do we what?
We don't have a card with
like
a membership.
Y'all need to separate yourselves and do that.
We need a black card.
I know.
Yes, a black card.
Thing, yes.
So good. What do you guys want to get out there? Oh, another question I'm getting is where you're located.
We are right at the corner of Montrose and Richmond.
Okay. Also, is Botox something that men should think about?
Yes. Absolutely. I was like, Botox is a good thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I asked my husband, I was like, would you ever do it? He's like, absolutely not. And I was like, well, I'm looking at wrinkles right now. So
the problem is that, so men are like, no. And then they come to us whenever their foreheads have, creases this thick in there, and Botox is not going to fix them at that point.
No.
And so you're like, no, you need a facelift. And they're like, well,
a facelift.
I just want Botox. And so they're always
like, you go next door. Dr. Andrew's going to help you now. I can't help you.
It's preventative.
Yeah.
It's preventative. No, but how common is it for guys to get, Botox fillers?
For sure.
Yeah,
guys coming here. Yeah. Wives and husbands coming here.
Yeah. All the time.
I mean, I think actually, I want to say our male clients are actually almost better and easier to deal with, because they're just like sitting there like,
they're
me up.
Just do it.
Do whatever you want, but do whatever you need to me. I don't even know what it's called.
I'm not gonna ask.
I love it. It's like getting manicures or pedicures. Like you take them to a manicure pedicure once, and then they're like, okay, this is amazing. So we're gonna keep.
And then like they're back in 4 months later, and they're like, same thing.
Whatever. I know what you did last time. Just do it.
I finally got. I don't think my husband watches this, so it's fine. But I finally got him to like get the eyebrows done, just for maintenance. And now he goes by himself. He's like, duh.
He's like, I look good.
I know. I love it.
Get my husband to do that.
Hope he doesn't watch this either.
He's Sri Lankan, so also like the brown connection or whatever. And
yeah.
A lot of hair there.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, my husband's Cuban. It's just, I was like, what's happening? Like, we need to fix this. But in all seriousness, what's like kind of the message? Because I know that just the way it is, plastic surgery, Botox fillers, they're look kind of, there's a negative connotation to it sometimes because people don't want to talk about it. So what would you like to tell people out there in the universe when it comes to getting these type of treatments done?
So, I mean, I would say I think it's becoming more and more mainstream. It's becoming less taboo. See, so many women, we get our hair done, we do our makeup, we do all that kind of stuff. I mean, why not do little preventative things that are going to help you feel better about yourself? And then as far as like mommy makeover and surgery, because I know that that's a whole nother step and there's a whole nother level of taboo there. But I mean, honestly, if it's going to make you feel better about yourself, it's going to make you feel more comfortable, then do it. If you're doing it to make a guy feel better or to compete with somebody on social media, maybe take a step back and reevaluate why you're doing something.
Yeah, I think it's just, everybody, social media is crazy right now and everybody feels like they have to look perfect. But honestly, I feel like I've done it just for myself. And I feel like, ladies, men, we just want to feel a little bit better. Sometimes we want to look a little bit more awake, especially as parents. So it's just, for you. It should be for you. It shouldn't be for anybody else. Just a little thing for you.
Yeah. And it's definitely, I would say, something that is way more common than you would think, that there's so many people that get it out there. You wouldn't even realize it. And that's the great thing, is that you don't even notice it because it's all natural. So then when you see the ones that don't look natural, you're like, who's your doctor?
No, so many people do it. Like, so many women even will come in and they're like, oh, I don't want to tell anybody I'm doing this. And I'm like, but why? Because your friends are probably doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We are all doing it.
Definitely. Well, we've had a lot of comments saying where you guys are located and who y'all are. So the Oaks Plastic Surgery, we also have their information on our website as well, linked to the story that we did yesterday. That story will be airing again today, I believe at 5:45-ish. So Christine and Dr. Andrew, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I hope that you all reach out to them on their social media and you guys be happy to answer any of their questions, because I know that people ask a lot of questions and you guys have a lot of answers when it comes to something like this. It's your body, it's your face.
Yeah.
And, so thanks for giving that perspective. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Rashi.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Of course. And thank you, Facebook friends and those on our website, for joining us. Again, this is all going to be linked to our YouTube page, also our Facebook and our website, fox26houston.com. So I will see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, girl.